'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always get found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Make this place your home. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, give it up for Lauren. All right, well, good morning, everyone. We're going to start the service off with Join Together, so feel free to stand and sing along.
Okay. No, it's 81. Sorry. This is. Okay, here we go. Okay.
We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. Joy, 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 joined together, together in joy. Joy, 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 joined together, together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. Peace, 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 joined together, together in peace. Peace, 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 joined together, together in peace. Everybody sing joy.
So wonderful to see all of you in this new year, and just incredibly grateful to be with you today. I am Rev. Michelle Ariano. I'm the co-spiritual director here at Centers for Spiritual Living in Rogue Valley in partnership with Unity. We are an inclusive community. We believe in all paths to God. We believe in all faiths and all religions, and no matter where you are on your path, you are welcome here. I'd like to give a shout out to our Sunday team in the back who prepares our sanctuary for us and gets everything so set. Yay! They take care of our live stream, and they give from their hearts and their souls, and they're just wonderful, special people. So thank you. Thank you for all you do. I'd like to also thank our pulpit practitioner today, Rev. Stephanie Clark, who will be doing the candle lighting, the reading, and the opening prayer. And then I'd also like to thank our practitioner, Karen Jordan, who led a beautiful meditation about Mother Gaia this morning and is holding the high watch for service today. Thank you, Karen. So wonderful to have you with us. And our beautiful musicians over here, our homegrown musicians, I like to say. So we have Alexa Erlich and Lauren James, who are just beautiful presence and souls, and it's always so great to do and be in service with you too. So thank you. We are going to have a wonderful service today, and it's a new day. So let's take a deep collective breath as we move into our contemplative time. So it is.
You're welcome to sing along if you like. The words to this are one people, living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. One people, living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. And it just repeats. People living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. We are all one.
Yes.
Good morning. So happy to be here. I'm Reverend Stephanie, and today it's a new day for me. It's my first time here doing the pulpit assistance duty, and thank you, Michelle, for letting it be me. All right, I'm going to start with an opening prayer, and then I'll move into our reading, and then I'll light the peace candle. So please join me in prayer. If you choose to close your eyes, that's lovely. If not, that's fine too. Just taking a breath now and becoming still. And turning aside from everything that was taking place in our worlds, in our lives before we got here this morning, before this particular moment in time. We're moving fully and completely into the present moment, focusing our attention deliberately, consciously, upon the One, the power, the Spirit, the universal presence, divine love, perfect peace, well-being, wholeness, beauty, perfection. Some people choose to call that God. And the one power, the one presence, the one life is who and what I am, and it's who and what everybody here is as well. Each one is a perfect, individualized emanation of the presence. Each one is love incarnate. Each one is peace made manifest. Each one here is a beloved creation of the One, born in the image and likeness of absolute wholeness and perfection. We are joined together here this day. The oneness, the truth of our being, is made manifest here in this sacred space, simply by being together and bringing our attention, our consciousness, our awareness to this point, to this space, to this sanctuary. And I speak my word for our sacred service this day, knowing that the Spirit has gone ahead to prepare the way, knowing that everything has been put in place already, perfectly orchestrated, in order for the most dynamic shift in consciousness to take place for each one here. So we are gathered here about the Mother, Father, God's business of remembering who we are, going deeper into the spiritual truth of our being. Right now, each one here is born anew. Right now, each one here is a fresh creation in the mind of the divine. The past is not the precedent. Who we are this day, we have never been before. And we shall leave here different from when we walked in. I bless this sacred service and know that our beloved minister, our beloved director, Michelle, Reverend Michelle, is filled full with joy and love and inspiration as she delivers her message of truth and hope and upliftment. I know for her it is a new day. For each one, it is a new day, a new beginning, a new dawning, a new awakening. I bless this entire event, this entire gathering. I know that Spirit is on the field here and all is well. Everything that needs to be said is said. Everything that needs to be heard is heard. Whether it's heard by the outer ear or the inner ear, it makes no difference. That which needs to unfold, that which needs to occur, is already in motion. I bless it all. I name it good. I give thanks. I give thanks for the divine outcome of this sacred service, for the transformation that has taken place. I give thanks for the love that is present here. And most of all, I give thanks for Michelle and who she is. And I bless her on her journey forward, knowing that she flies with the wings of angels and everything before her is made smooth and straight. And I release this word now into the law, and I allow it to be, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. The reading today is from a class by Joel Goldsmith. Anybody here a fan of Joel? Oh, quite a few fans of Joel. He's my guy. So the class was in London, in England, where I'm from, and it took place in 1962. So ancient reading, but timeless reading. So the title of the class was Putting Off the Old Man and Rebirth. So I don't like the sexist language, so I've changed the language of Joel. Forgive me, Joel, but I don't deal well with the sexist stuff. So anyway, so this is the transcript of the class in London. When anyone touches the consciousness of an individual who has received their spiritual light, they are touching the fullness of the Christ consciousness. And that brings us to this. The purpose of a work like ours is dying to the old human self, putting off the old human self and being reborn of the Spirit. Not being partially reborn, being wholly reborn, putting on a whole new mind, that mind that was in Christ Jesus, putting on a whole new consciousness. You have heard me say this. From the first moment that you first opened a book of truth, I do not care what school of truth it was. From that first moment that you started reading, from that moment, the old human self began dying, and the new individual began their rebirth. In other words, the old consciousness began to disappear, and the new consciousness began to appear. Please join with me as I light the peace candle. Switching it on really helps. I wish it helped. Michelle, help. Oh, I got it. You see? Yeah. You see, ask for help. So let's just take a moment to extend the consciousness of peace around the planet, knowing that that consciousness that we emanate, the consciousness of peace, has an impact all around the world. If we be lifted up in peace, we raise all others into that vibrational frequency. So we set the intention together to be peace, now and always. And so it is. Thank you.
Okay, we thought this would be a perfect song for Reverend Michelle's message. Her message is, "It's a New Day." The name of this song is called "Imagine a World," written by my friend Ed Miller and myself from Waiting Star. It has a video that goes with it, but technology said no, so it is. And it's not meant, you're not meant to see the video yet. You're going to be in anticipation, but you'll get to hear the beautiful song, Imagine a World.
Make a wish through a dream, see your power impossible things, a place where your vision finds its very first foundation. Imagine a world, I'll take you there. A laugh and a skip on the way. Your heart comes alive through wealth inside in this not impossible world. A place where you'll see most anything. Romantic adventure you'll bring. A heroic quest. You're at your best in this not impossible world. You're more than you know, so let the dream alive. Your heart is now gladly awaking, with real life magic for the taking. It really is you in freedom there, to make any wish and see it all come true. The genuine you come shining through in this not impossible world. The genuine you come shining through in this very possible
Oh my goodness, ladies, that was so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that in, Lauren, and writing the song, and it's just so sweet to hear you both sing it. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, I need my talk. Hold on. Wrong paper. There we go. At least gets me started. I don't always follow it, but at least gets me started. Okay, so it's a new day. I have been saying that these past couple months and feeling that. And there's so many different directions you can go with that. And it's a new day in the sense of, you know, how I show up when I wake up in the morning. What's my intentions for the year? What wants to come through me that's going to transform how I see things? And so I had a lot of fun putting this talk together, and I also did a poll on what people thought that meant to them, and I'll share that with you. So our theme for the month is release, receive, and renew. I close my eyes to the old ends and open my heart to new beginnings. Nick Fredrickson. And the quote I chose for the theme of the talk, It's a New Day, is, with a new day comes new strength and new thoughts. Eleanor Roosevelt. So my question for us to ponder during this service is, what does a new day look like to you? What does it look like for each one of us? What does that mean to you when you hear the words? And it's interesting when I share with you what my poll came back with. It's everybody has a little bit different of a take on it, but there's a thread through everything that's said. And it's a new day. And for me, a lot of times, a new day is how I wake up and how I show up in the day. And you know, there's this thing with the new year of resolutions, right? Like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this. Like when you go to the gym, right? On January, it's packed. And then by mid-February, end of February, it's not so packed anymore. And that's kind of the resolution thing, you know, it's more these and those don't always stick so well, because whatever is moving through us and what we embrace is a part more intentional than it is just writing something down and thinking that, you know, it's just gonna stick forever. And so intentions around the new year, I think, is a good thing. And releasing for New Year's, and like what Rev Kimberly did last week, is the burning bowl, and what do we want to release for the year, and what do we want to embrace? And I also think, well, what does that look like on a new day? What does a new day look like? Like, how many times when I wake up during the day, and I bet you there's some of you out there that can resonate with me, that I carry the luggage of the day before, or I carry the luggage of the year before, or I carry the luggage of 20 years before into that new day. And the part that I'm feeling into this new day theme is this freshness of perception, this freshness of moving into the possibilities of what a new day looks like, and allowing myself to put the luggage down and be fresh in the new day and have a fresh perspective in a new day. A quote from W.B. Yeats is, "A world is full of magical things, patiently waiting for our senses to grow sharper." Doesn't that feel good? That's a new day, right? The world is full of magical things, patiently waiting for our senses to grow sharper. That's beautiful to me. And so, also a part of a new day for me to come into a new day and have a clear perspective and allow myself to see those magical things that take place throughout the day, from interactions with people, to being in nature, to listening to music. I mean, there's just so many blessings within a day, is for myself to feel aligned and grounded. And in that alignment and groundedness is to feel the connection with spirit, feel the connection with my people, feel a connection with humanity, feel a connection in the oneness of being a part of this life, and having this gratitude of appreciating waking up in the morning, right? That's a big task sometimes. Just waking up and getting out of the bed is a big thing in the morning some days. And what a gift. What a gift to live this life and have all of these experiences. So for my baby sister, Tina, a new day for her is reflection rather than deflection. And she says, maybe a day of being caught up instead of catching up. And that's my little sister. She's very to the point. My niece Chriselle, is a new day is exactly what it says. The ability to go to sleep and wake up the next day with a whole new day full of choices, that we don't have to reflect your previous ones. The new opportunity to put your changes into action. And that's my niece. She's very practical. She's a nurse, and she's got that way of moving forward. And our dear Reverend Dr. Linda Rapon, a new day for me is dropping all my old stories and starting with a fresh, new experience. That's one you can breathe into. And my dear friend Tammy, who's been taking classes with us, a new day defines an intentional awakening. It's a willingness to see the world from a refreshed and renewed set of eyes that gravitate towards wonder, beauty, and inspiration. A new day fixates on possibility and minimalizes challenges. That sounds like a good new day. I'm all about that one. And then our dear Shannon, our board member, and our Sunday crew, a new day for Shannon is letting go of past regrets, forgiving everyone and everything, and forging ahead to new levels. Beautiful, Shannon. Forgiveness, ooh, that's a great way to show up present, is to let go of that baggage and be able to start fresh. Jean Hanna, the president of the board for Unity. A new day for me is all about my perception of new. Usually means a new insight, directs a change in how I see what is all around me, and changes my attitude and action so I get closer to setting intentions more closely aligned with my highest wisdom. And then she put, I think, Great question, right? Like we could tease this out in so many different facets and so many different directions. And Eric Day, his new day is about adventure. And it makes him feel alive. It makes him feel alive and adventure. And I just have a couple more of them. My dear friend Crystal is, I'm standing just as I am, firmly planted on God's given ground. The sun on my face and the wind at my back, and I know this is it, right here, right now. I know this holy, eternal moment is precious gift to experience this thing called life. She's a minister, of Science of Mind minister. And our dear Carol White, who's a practitioner here, she takes more of a global perspective, which goes beautifully with your meditation, Karen. A new day for me would be where everybody recognizes their oneness with everyone and everything, where love was more prevalent, love was more seen than other emotions, and that we accepted wholeheartedly our responsibility to Mother Earth, to all of God's creation, including ourselves. Peace, compassion reigned all over this land. That's a beautiful image. That's a beautiful image. And then last but not least is my sister Tish, who is on an incredible grief journey after losing her daughter. So a new day for her isn't always about putting the luggage down. You know, she lives in a space of finding what a new day looks like after that kind of grief. And her grief doula, who she works with, is her name is Shaban, and it's beautiful their perspective on this. So what if you can't forget what happened or wipe away the darkness? What if you wake up each day with the same reality? What does that phase mean? So if there's no forgetting or wiping, as we honor the stories we have lived, it requires feeling them. I believe that we need to re-story what a new day has meant in the past rather than let it go, as our culture tells us. Work to incorporate what yesterday, last week, or even last year has brought and embody the wisdom, the joy and the sorrow, the shadow and the light, the beauty and the ugliness. We weave the memories of the past into our beings, for those stories make us who we are stepping into the new year or a new day that seems something to honor, not to throw away or forget. As we know ourselves, the fullness of who we are in the present moment, we step through that threshold into the mystery of 2023. Stepping into not knowing, stepping into trust that we will be able to meet what we will meet as best as we're able, letting everything belong, welcoming the unknown as it reveals itself, unfurling into what will be. And that's a mystical feeling to that, you know, and a part of that freshness of a new day is allowing ourselves to be in that mystical, allow that magic to unfold, to trust the universe is bringing something beautiful to us, you know, and some things that are hard too, that weave back into our soul. So for me today, a new day is, I am stepping into a new day, and I wanted to just share with you how much I appreciate each one of you. And this is my last official talk as co-spiritual director here at Centers for Spiritual Living. And I still be becoming sometimes and hopefully talk every once in a while. It has been such a beautiful, beautiful journey. I will be here next week and I start on the 16th. So my new position is the executive director with Centers for Spiritual Living internationally. And it is a big, wonderful job. And it is a threshold that I am stepping through. And I am stepping through with each of you in my heart. And I want to share a little bit about you with the journey in this and how this whole new day has been such a theme for me as I've stepped through this portal into something that is big and amazing, and there's so much trust and faith in stepping into this new space. It takes all of my executive director experience and my ministerial experience. And so a quote from Christian Sorensen, who is a minister, Reverend Christian in California: the reconnection and remembering or an awakening of my soul's purpose activates my strength. And so I thought about this, and as I was thinking, this is what my life is going to look like, that I was going to, be here in Rogue Valley, and that I would do some maybe nonprofit consulting, and I'd do co-ministry, and I would, just have this sweet life, this sweet little life, but big, but still like cozy. Cozy was my word. And that is not how life played out for me. That is not what happened at all. And so I had looked at this position before when it was open, and I was like, I didn't want to move to Colorado, and I didn't really want to take on a big position like that. I'd done that before. And in doing that, when I was the CEO in Santa Monica for the Boys and Girls Club, it consumed me and took over my life. And I don't want to do that again. And so as this was moving through, I was like, I don't think I'm going to apply. My life is cozy. And I love it. And I was getting these soul nudges. And they weren't light nudges. They were like shoves. They were like waking up at 3 a.m, and I talk about it with my lower self and my higher self are wrestling. Like, no, I don't want to. Yes, just at least apply. And finally, when I woke up at 3 and I felt this happening, and I felt this call that I was resisting, this soul call that I was resisting, because I was carrying my old luggage of what it needed to look like. And I needed to let go of that. And so I finally came to an agreement. My lower self and my higher self, after wrestling at 3 a.m, is like, I'll just apply. I'm not saying I'm going to take the job. I'm not saying I'll even get the job. I'm just going to go through the process. And that was the compromise that I went through. And as I went through the process, there was over 100 applicants. They narrowed it down to 10 people. And they had the 10 people send in a 3-minute video, and they narrowed it down to 3. And they started the interview panels, which lasted a month, and they narrowed it down to 2. So when I heard that it was to 2, I was like, okay, Spirit, this is getting real. This is getting really real, and because I was using everything that I've learned in the teaching and that I've learned in my soul and learned through prayer and meditation, is to just be present with what's in front of me and to keep stepping. Be present with what's in front of me and keep stepping. And every time I tried to take the steering wheel away from Spirit and be like, I got this. This is getting too uncomfortable. Let me drive. That would feel even more uncomfortable. And I had to let it go again. And I had to be like, I'm just going to trust. And if it is meant for me, I'm going to keep stepping. And if it's meant for this other person, I am so going to bless this other person. I'm going to be their biggest cheerleader. And literally the day that I was offered the position, I was still in the middle. I still wasn't like, this is for me, this isn't for me. It was still, I was just trusting Spirit. I was trusting Spirit, and I had prayer partners. I had friends and family and ministers holding space for me and holding my hand to keep me grounded and connected and present with going through the process, to listen to my soul nudges. And I think sometimes, I even want to say through this process, pesky soul nudges, and pushy soul nudges, because as I you know, when I first got into this teaching, I thought the soul nudges would always be like this, wah, and the birds and the butterflies and the rainbows. But you know what? It's not always that. It's not always that feeling. Sometimes it's like, really, this is for me to do, really. You know, sometimes doing even the spiritual work and working with my therapist and working all the stuff that I've done hasn't always been, whoa. Sometimes it's hard, and sometimes my knees are bruised up and I'm resisting, and sometimes I'm kicking, and I am pretty strong-willed, and so for me to continue to trust has been such an incredible spiritual practice for me too. And then going back and forth, and then accepting the position. And people were so excited and embracing me. And I was still a little bit deer in headlights. Like, I'm still stepping in, really. I'm still stepping into this position. And I feel because before, maybe 10 years ago when I was in, you know, an executive director, CEO position, I feel like I'd have to have everything planned. You know, here's my 8-point plan, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G is going to happen, and we're going to do this, this, and that. And I'm like, no, that does not work. You know, I need to go in and talk to all the amazing people there. I need to find out where they're at, what's working, what's not working, how I can support that and lift my team. And I'm not the same person that I was in that big job last time. It's a new day. And I'm entering this in a new day, in a new me. Because Spirit's got me every step of the way. Grace has me every step of the way. And as long as I stay connected to that, I pulled a grandma move. I stuck the tissue in my sleeve. Once I stay connected to that, everything's okay. You know, and to be able to bring this executive experience and this minister experience together and weave these two together, how beautiful is that? For Centers for Spiritual Living, that teaches that we are divine, individual expressions of God. We are that. So to walk and move in that and trust that at that kind of a level, whew, it's big. To get my big girl pants on. And so it's been really, really big for me, and I just keep stepping in. My spiritual practices, I'm steeped in my spiritual practices right now. Prayer and meditation and journaling and prayer partners and you name it, I'm in it. And it helps me just stay so centered. And one of my friends put a quote up about how if we're in fear of change, most likely our ego is driving. And I'm like, oh, that's a good one. And so whenever I get a little like, I move back to my spiritual practices, and I know that Spirit has me every step of the way. And how for each of us to wake up in the morning and to truly see a new day when we show up as divine spiritual beings, all powerful, all love, all knowing, all connected, and yet so uniquely individual. Like each one of us have a unique footprint that nobody else has in this world. And our soul is here for a reason. Our souls are here for a reason. Each one of us, we have a soul purpose. And whatever that is for each of us, it calls us. And it doesn't stop calling. It keeps calling. And the nudges start gentle, and then they get a little more nudgy. And some of it, you know, and I used to think, you know, what's my purpose? And I'd get like this divine download, and then it would be all in front of me, and I would just step into it. It didn't really quite work like that for me. And, you know, it could be calling my sister and telling her I love her. It could be going for a walk in nature. I mean, soul purpose is all of it. And as I've had some conversations with some of the leaders at CSL, and we've talked about the vision of a world that works for everyone, and the purpose of us being these individual creators of this divine expression in this world, and how to continue to take that into the world, I felt so incredibly energized. I felt fed and sustained. Like I felt like, okay, I'm feeling a little more of the with my soul purpose. I am feeling the excitement around being in this new space. And so for each of us, I think that what does a new day look like for us when we wake up in the morning? And how do we start anew? How do we allow ourselves to, like Linda said, have a fresh perspective? You know, have a childlike awe. Here's a quote from our founder, Ernest Holmes. I have a childlike faith and trust in God. I have a childlike faith and trust in God. And it is these this childlike awe that makes this world so magical and special. And sometimes when we grow up, we feel like we have to be so mature or so responsible. And that's just hogwash. That is just not it. Like when being spiritually mature means being in wonder and awe. You know, it's allowing that childlike awe, no matter what age or what stage or where we're at in our life, to continue to surprise us, to continue to gift us with this beautiful world, because it is a gift. Another quote from Wilkie is, "And now we welcome the new year, full of things that have never been." Full of things that have never been. And so my question to each of us is to continue to feel into that space of what a new day looks like, to allow ourselves to live in the awe and wonder of what a new day looks like for us, and to allow ourselves to be quiet enough with ourselves to hear what those soul nudges are. You know, to hear that ever still small voice that wants to come through. When I first, Joel Goldstein, Art of Meditation, it's a transformational book for me, and I started meditating when I started at CSL in Temecula, and I really started moving into that space of allowing more opening for that still small voice. And remember, I was a practitioner at the time, and I did a little 4-minute talk, and I talked about meditation. And what I realized, it wasn't until I wrote it out that I was hearing that small voice more. It's so subtle. It is just so subtle than the mind chatter. Like, it just eases in there in such a subtle way. It's more vocal now, which is good, but it is ever so subtle. So allowing ourselves to have that time and space for that still small voice to come through, and to celebrate ourselves. Because you are incredible, beautiful beings, and celebrating that is a gift. Because even to be in this teaching takes fierceness. It takes a mirror. You know, they say that the most challenging piece of our spiritual path is to look directly at ourselves. So everything that is challenging on the outside, it's what's going on the inside. You know, the law of cause and effect, and part of the teaching through science of mind. And so to be able to look at ourselves naked in front of the mirror and to see everything is the most fierce work anybody can do. And a part of this teaching is to look at ourselves, and you're all here looking at yourselves, and that is incredibly powerful. And that is what the world is calling for right now, is for us to step into our divine power and to be that. Because as we love ourselves and as we step into that awareness and that love of our divine beingness, that energetic, and like Rev Stephanie was talking about, it lifts everybody else up. It lifts everybody else up. It is such a gift. And so another quote around that, unless you learn to face your own shadows, you will continue to see them in others, because the world outside you is only a reflection of the world inside you. You know, and there's a quote by Rumi, and I probably always butcher it a little bit, but it talks about, well, how will we get polished if our mirror isn't rubbed? You know, and so those little rubs help polish our mirror. And then there's another one about how, you know, life, everything within life that we're seeing is a reflection of ourselves. And so with that, I am going to close this out and just say how much I love you guys and how much I'm going to miss you. And I am not the same person than when I first walked in these doors. And you've helped expand my heart. You've helped expand my consciousness and my connection to community. And I will forever hold you with me. I will come when I can, because I'm still going to live here. I've been so blessed to do this co-ministry with Reverend Kimberly Hopkins, all of our beautiful practitioners, musicians, and ministers, and our Sunday team, of course, our Sunday team. And I just am overflowing with gratitude. And when my heart overflows, my eyes leak. So thank you for gifting me. There's a quote from Hafez: "Your heart and my heart are very, very old friends." So I love each of you, and I appreciate you, and I'm taking you with me. Namaste. Thank you. So I'm going to do a quick prayer and then hand it over to our amazing musicians. And I know this song is going to make me cry more, but I got tissues, so that's good. All right, so as we take this deep collective breath in and just knowing the oneness and the beauty and the energy of each individual expression of the divine in this room, these beautiful, creative, unconditional love, unconditional beingness, unconditional knowingness, and unconditional oneness with peace and love and harmony. And we just share that out into the world, and knowing that this new day is fresh and clear and full of magic and full of spirit, and that our hearts are full as we allow spirit to express. Knowing that it is so good, that it is so God, that it is so right now. Knowing peace, love, harmony for each person and out into the world. It is good, it is God, it is right now, and together we say, and so it is, and so it is.
When I was a girl, each week, every Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest, and he would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad, miracles don't happen still, and now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything, everything, everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips. Now I have to hold my breath, 'cause I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-downs, and now I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face. Say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come and say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood and I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. Made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then, 'cause everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. Now I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Holy, holy now. Holy, 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 holy now.
That was just beautiful.
I just learned it for you.
Thank you. She did that for me. Oh, you're so awesome. I just love you. It's like one of my all-time favorites. That's
It's the least I could do. You said you're taking me with you.
Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, so beautiful. All right, so now is a time for our offering. If you'd like to repeat the affirmation after me. Graciously, I give from a place of love. Knowing that as I give, so do I richly receive. I'll call our ushers forward. Thank you, Alan and Patricia. There's envelopes either for CSL Rogue Valley or Medford Unity, and you can also give online through our website.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around. So grateful, I'm 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 so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so it's announcement time. I'll start with the Christmas tree. If you brought in ornaments and you'd like to take them back with you, please collect them today. And after service, we have a prospective new members class. And so we'll do social hall, and then probably, after like 45 minutes, we'll start gathering here. I'll be facilitating that. Next week, Rep. Kimberly will be back doing the talk. I'll be here. So it'll be my last official Sunday. And there'll be a ceremony to welcome the new members. And so if you need any more information about that, please see me or Vivian. And I'd love for you to join us. It'll probably be about an hour. And you'll get to ask questions about Centers for Spiritual Living. And you might already know the answers, but we can still talk about it. It's always fun to talk about. CSL RV's annual meeting is Sunday, January 22nd after service. So if anybody is interested in running for the board, please contact Rev. Kimberly or Vivian. And after service next week is, we're doing a goodbye potluck for me. And so I'd love for you to stay if you're here for just hugs. And Jackie's Jewelry is here today after service. And so thank you, Sue, for facilitating that and doing such a great job. So if you'd like to see her after service. Then we have something special on the 15th, a special workshop. So I'll have Rev. Stephanie Clark come up and talk to you about it.
Thank you. So next Sunday at 1 o'clock, Sunday afternoon, the 15th of January, from 1 till 4, I'm going to be facilitating a workshop, and it's called Happy New You. And we all know that the resolutions that we have set in the past have not particularly worked so well. So Happy New You is about visioning and doing what Reverend Michelle was talking about, listening for that still small voice, listening for your divine potential. And at the same time, I will be teaching you how to set goals that magically manifest. I have a little trick that I want to share with you. And I know for me, myself, last year was probably the most amazing year of my life. And I want you to have that this year. I want 2023 to be the most amazing year yet. So please join me next Sunday, 1 o'clock, and you can sign up in the fellowship hall. Thank you very much.
Stephanie, that sounds wonderful. Okay, so if you'd like to sign up for the newsletter and you aren't already, you can sign up in the social hall. There's a CSL prayer box in the back if you'd like to submit your prayers. Also online on the website, you can submit your prayers. And our practitioners and ministers will pray for them. And we also will have practitioners after service, if you'd like prayer after service. And I believe I covered it all. So I'm going to do a quick benediction, and then I'll call the practitioners up for the closing song. So knowing that it is all God, that it is all right now, and each breath can be a new day. Knowing that as we move forth into the world, we take this love, we take this peace, we take this knowingness, and allow it to move in, through, and around us, to share the light, to share the love, to share the oneness, embracing the new day, knowing that God's got us every step of the way, that divine grace is always with us, and that there is so much magic for us to see in this world, knowing that it is seen, it is connected, and it is one. It is good, and it is God, and it is now. And together we say, and so it is, and so it is.
Let there